as she walks out the door.
We're getting ready to leave to go to Kyle's family's lake house in Lake Geneva. I just hope that Kyle, opens his mind to, doing whatever and just having a good time. Where's Kurt?
He's on his way right now.
Are you guys steady dates? Lovers?
Huh?
He's totally gonna wear your life jacket. You're totally gonna pin him. You're pinning him. You guys are fully going steady and you walk around with each other's hands in back pockets like witty and kind of used to this.
You want to have your baby.
Totally. You wanna have a million babies with
kids?
him. You totally want little Chris's and Kurt's running around.
I am looking forward to spending some time with Kurt this weekend.
What's up, Kurt? How you doing, man? How are you? This is my dad, Kurt. This is Chris's friend, Kurt. Ready to roll? How you doing? Where's Justin?
He's across the street with the girls.
How's everything going?
Perfect.
Yeah, whenever you guys are ready, my dad's upstairs.
We're ready. I'm the deep on street.
Kyle, did you miss me?
Yep.
I like the situation that Kyle and I are in. I have fun with him.
I'm very attracted to Carrie. I like being with her a lot, but I can only let my attraction go so far.
I almost forgot about you. I'm losing track of him, too.
Like my little sister.
Yeah, totally. He's like, are Carrie and Kyle boyfriend and girlfriend? Give me a read. Kyle gives Carrie everything, except for the sexual element of their relationship. Everything else seems to be there.
I saw Principal Skinner and Mr. Bubble in the closet making babies, and one of them looked at me.
Principal Skinner.
We pull up to this house. I'm thinking, damn, they got more money than necessary.
Yeah.
You guys, how about this tonight? We're renting scary movies.
This is the Pluses.
This place is great.
I'm at the lake house, and I don't feel like it's Kyle and I. I feel like it's all 7 of us.
Awesome. You guys want to move in here? How about that?
I know. Can we
Yeah,
This is what we should have.
Come on in, everybody. There's a big bed here and 2 bunk beds, and the same on the other side. There's a big bed and 2 bunk beds.
Where are you?
I want to be on top.
Where are you sleeping?
I don't know. We'll figure it out. Don't worry.
No, I'm worried.
We're going out on our family double tube, which is the best. Which couple's going first?
Couple?
It's interesting to see 2 people act as though they feel the same way Justin and I feel about each other, and they're the same sex.
All right, hot boys.
Can I drive the boat?
Not while we're on the back, please. Ready, guys?
Nice. Nice, Bert.
All right, boys, get somebody else's turn. Chris is very all about Kurt, and you can tell just by the way they hang out, the connection's been formed.
That was a good ride.
There's
you're stripping. Kurt, take it all off. Take it all off. All of it. Take it all off. I love Chris and Kurt together. Kurt is hot. You might as well with those little on. They were all over. Counts? Make out.
Hey, Chris, you
Make out, make out, make out.
Make out, make out.
So hot for us, please.
Make out.
We don't get any. Oh.
Chris and Kurt's relationship's new, and they're having a great time together.
Yes! I smell
I got dressed.
Hell yeah, he come out, bro.
There is sort of a little bit of a line between the couples and the singles. Personally, it's weird for me to be on the single side, but I guess that's something I have to get used to.
They just do because she's fixing her shirt. Like, what the? Oh, they did. They totally did. That was like 2 minutes. Give me a break. Yeah. Oh my God, Justin. Hey.
They're never gonna get it was just in time.
I'm very introspective and thinking about a lot of things. I have a great time with Carrie, and I really like being with her. My emotions with Carrie would be somewhat scary to me because they're not something I want to have right now. Nicole is still very, very with me. You know, it's not as if Nicole and I had some separation months ago and now I'm ready to jump into something else. It's not like that at all. But I like hanging out with Carrie because it is a lot what I need at this point in my life. Sleep in this bed here, Karen?
Okay. Where are you gonna sleep?
I'll sleep on the ribs. Nobody's upstairs early. I'll probably sleep there.
What has happened with Nicole and I doesn't make it easier, but in fact makes it harder for me to deal on a day-to-day basis. My restraints with Carrie are not going to change.
Kyle likes me, I know he does. But Kyle is also a very confused soul.
Safe trip, Bob. Okay. Thanks. Hi, buddy. Love you. Love you too.
Everything turns around.
Okay, we're gone.
Alright.
So we'll see you tonight.
Yes.
Wait, do you want to ride home when you're done or no?
Well, I think I'm gonna just take the bike.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'll be there at 5.
I'll just give you a ride if you want.
That's you. You're trying to say you want. I'm buying time.
You can interpret it however you like. It's an offer. You decide.
Okay. I am starting my job at the Crowbar. I am really unsure as to working behind the bar again, being sober. I've never done that before.
What's up, guys? I'm Chris. I start my first night tonight.
He'll go and be a bartender and have bottles of liquor in his hand and pouring drinks to people for hours on end. For someone who's had problems with alcohol, who's continuing to deal with those problems, I don't understand how that works.
Chris, what's up? You drink? I'm tired.
Don't drink at all?
Why don't you drink? Why aren't you having a drink? Why don't you have a shot with us? I was feeling some pressure. And I mean, of course there's feelings, of course there's memories of past. But that's behind me. I'm just applying what, you know, I'm learning in sobriety to my job. Me being behind the bar today and being a different person, it's a job. I love the energy. I love running around. I love meeting people. Kurt, he's there. He's lingering around the bar. I'm a little uncomfortable with him, you know, watching me the whole entire time that I'm working. It's making me feel under the watchful eye.
Am I going to give you a ride home tonight or no? I'm going to be tired when I get off work. I know, but I just want to sleep too. I'm not like going to be like awake. Trust me.
I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind. I designed this rhyme to explain in due time.
I know he wants to visit with me and spend time with me, but it's just like, give me some space. Like, so he came to my bar, watched me all night.
Like never last bullshit.
No, 3 hours he was there. But, I mean, he was there having a good time, whatever. But he must have asked me, Tanya, like, maybe 10 or 15 times, can I give you a ride home? Please let me give you a ride home. I want to spend some time with you tonight. I'm like, Kurt, I'm not going to feel sexy. I'm not going to want to cuddle. After my first night bartending, I didn't get any sleep. We spent the weekend together. Leave me alone. He kept pressuring me and asking me.
Did he end up coming home with you?
No. I feel that Kurt is at the point of his life that he's wanting to settle down. And he wants more than I can give.
So have you been pretty upfront with Kurt?
No. Not exactly. It's so hard to be like, I don't want to question it, but like, I don't know how else to tell him.
So much cooler in here than everywhere else in the house.
Sleep in here.
Connor, sleeping in with me. We'll bring some blankets in here and do some stuff under the covers.
Would you want me to do that?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I had a good time doing it the other night.
Me too. Can you imagine what we'd be like, though, without restrictions and without cameras?
We'd be like Jackrabbits on steroids.
Fun.
We'd stay in bed because we wouldn't be able to walk.
It'd be fun.
We are very touchy-feely friends, and that's fine because I'm going to allow myself to have that because no man can be in constant restraint 24 hours a day. Yeah, I have like little special feelings for Carrie, but this is not something that I'm even remotely prepared to do.
Okay, here it goes.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm sorry to call you so late.
What?
Sorry to call you so late.
Oh, it's quite all right. So what's up?
Nothing, just, I don't know. I've been doing a lot of thinking, and, you know, it was wonderful this past weekend that we had, and spending time with you. It's just, you know, each weekend as it goes on, like, I'm not sure if I can commit to, any future plans as far as spending more time. There's just, right now my life is just a total chaos. It has nothing to do with you at all. It's just my life. You know my life. I really need to, just focus on recovery. I'm putting it all on me and what I'm going through and what I'm experiencing here, but at the same time, I've got, my health and everything else to, really focus on and worry about. And it's really hard to do because I do have feelings for Kurt. And it's something that's going to come to an end.
Interesting.
I'm headed off to bed.
Okay.
All right.
I'm just worried right now because the rules are stretching,
Are they ever?
Little kisses in the house become okay, and it's not, I don't like where it's going.
My expectations with Carrie are not petty, but they are petty in comparison to the time that I spent with Nicole and the time that I want to spend with her in the future.
I think it was Thursday when the whole dam almost broke completely.
Why? What happened?
It's just we had gone to bed and under the covers and
Was it great? And you were so nervous the whole time.
It didn't happen, but many a fuel was copped and the plug was almost in the socket.
The plug was almost in the socket, huh?
Yeah, and then I stopped.
Kyle has so much control, it makes me want to throw up. I mean, if I were either of them, I would have already landed the deal.
I can't believe you can do that.
It's the house. I'm very, very neurotic.
If this is what he wants and it's what she wants, then why is there so much pain? So here's your holiday. Enjoy it this time. You gave it all away.
What bothers me is how on and off he is. That's exactly what he pisses me off. 1 minute he'll be like, oh, hold my hand, and then the next minute he'll just be like, no, really, just get away for a minute.
Now, what is his wishy-washy reason?
Nicole, it's he doesn't want to get the fact that she broke up with him.
Did she really?
Yes, flat out said, see you later.
It just kind of makes me really sad for Carrie because I know she's tough and I know she acts like she has a solid cover, but Carrie's getting her feelings hurt, and I can see it in her eyes. That I wish you'd just tell him to f*** off.
You set me aside, and you not necessarily disregard me, but yeah, sometimes you do when you're thinking about covering your own ass.
I have to.
Okay, well, I don't want to deal with that, so I'm not going to.
Tell me what you want.
You know what I want. It's obvious.
Whatever you need, whatever you want, fine.
It's obviously not whatever you want, because if it was, you wouldn't sit there and say, I have to cover my own ass, I have to do this.
That's
if
a
it was whatever I wanted, you wouldn't be covering your own ass.
That's a priority I established in you from day one, and it's not going to change. What else do you want from me?
I want friendship, and that's it.
Why are you being like this? You're being weird.
I'm not being weird. I'm just kind of sick of it. That just so makes me feel second best. And I don't compete, and I'm not going to. And you can have your cake and eat it too with some other girl.
Are you surprised by this? Is this a surprising outcome?
Not at all.
Right. So what's the disappointment? What's the frustration?
The frustration is Kyle. She broke up with you. Okay?
You didn't even know the situation, Carrie.
I don't know the situation at all, but the fact of what you told me is that it was done. You're obviously being honest with her, but you can't with me, and I would just rather...
I can't be honest with you. I'm being completely honest with you. And I have been, and I will be.
I don't want it to be like this anymore. I don't like it. I'm not going to deal with it.
And it makes me feel bad. Well, you shouldn't hold ill will towards me.
I just think it's very lame that I've put myself in this position, and I'm not going to anymore.
That makes it much easier.
What?
I said that makes it much easier. So we're done talking now? So we're done talking now? Okay, good night.